Hi, Dartmouth Knights. My name is Kristen Anderson, and I'm the principal here at Dartmouth. I am excited to welcome you to the 2020-2021 school year. Although this year looks a little bit different, the thing that's not different is how much we care about you and how we're here to support you. And there's a lot of things that you want to know in order to be successful here this school year. And one of them are, what are the expectations? By following these expectations, you're going to really make the most of your time in online learning. Now more than ever, we're going to be replying and relying on you to be as responsible as possible, because if you cheat anyone, you're only cheating yourself. So by giving 100% effort, you're benefiting you. By giving 0% effort, you're hurting you. And we're here to help you give all the effort that you're able to give. So like I said, my name is Mrs. Anderson. I'm the principal. And in just a minute, you're going to meet Mr. Manami, our assistant principal, and Mrs. Rani, another assistant principal. You might have met, if you've already been here at Dartmouth, Mrs. Kenny, one of our counselors, or Ms. Serrato, another counselor, or Mr. Williams. He's our intervention specialist and is a great support here on campus. Our counselors do have a Google Classroom page, and it should be linked to your Google Classrooms. Just to share with you really quickly, this is an awesome place to go if you have questions, if you have needs, even if you need some time to relax. They've got a mindfulness room, a sensory space, a really cool bulletin, and links on how to get help if you're in crisis or need some more. So I hope that you have some time in your day to check this resource out, because it's really a great place to go. As we continue looking, I just wanted to share our mission with you. This is important because at Dartmouth Middle School, we're committed to challenging you. And what that means is we want to help you grow. We don't want to give you something that's so impossible you won't be able to do it, but we don't want to give you something so easy that you're not going to grow. So our teachers are experts in finding the sweet spot of growth, and we are going to help you continue to grow. We're going to nurture you, and that means that we care about you. And finally, we're going to support you. So sometimes these things don't come naturally, and we're going to give you the tools you need to be successful in middle school. We're here to help you not only academically and what you're learning, but also emotionally and socially with your friends and how you engage at school. Finally, we want you to be ready to make the best life choices that you can. So whether you're deciding to go to college, career, both, or something else, we want you to not be limited by your education and that you have an unlimited option. I'm going to turn it over to Mrs. Rani to talk a little bit about some online learning expectations and how you can make the most of your time.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Rani. I'm here to talk to you about the online learning expectations. So, you guys have been in school for several years now, and you know that your teachers always have expectations for the classroom. Just like in the classroom, the online learning environment has its own expectations. Let's start with respectful. So, just like being to class on time and not being tardy, you also need to join your meet on time. When you come into your Google Meet class, you're going to turn off your microphone or mute yourself. That way you can come in and you're not disrupting the learning environment. And then next, if you have a question, you can use the chat feature. This is really important. You're not shouting out and interrupting. You're using the chat feature to respectfully and appropriately enter your question. Next, you want to make sure that you're participating in the session for its intended purposes. All the expectations and guidelines, the instructions that your teacher has given you, that you follow those, just like you would in class. Let's move on to being responsible. When you come to school, you need your supplies. In an online learning environment, your supplies look a little bit different. So you're going to make sure that your Chromebook is charged. Next, you're going to make sure to use the appropriate vocabulary. We call this academic vocabulary. When you're in class, you don't talk to your teacher just the same way as you talk to your friends. So you want to be mindful of that. You're also going to want to work on being kind and courteous to other students, being polite and waiting your turn. Respect and honor others' privacy. It is a little bit different when you have a camera and you can see into each other's homes. You can see each other's faces. We want to be respectful and we want to make sure that we respect others' privacy as well. The last one for this row is completing all of your synchronous and asynchronous activities. If you are working with your teacher online in a synchronous environment, you'll complete your activities right then and there. They may also assign you work to do separately, and that would be called an asynchronous activity. Just like you have classwork and homework, this is the same idea. And last but certainly not least, we'll talk about safety. Safety has to do with physical safety, but it also has to do with online safety. So let's talk about your meeting, your Google Meet environment. You're going to want to make sure you leave that meeting when the teacher ends the lesson. Next, you don't share your session link with others. That has to do with respecting privacy and making sure that you have a private and safe place to learn. When you are using your video, please do consider your background and your surroundings. Going to school from your bed is not appropriate. Just like you sit at a desk or at a table at school, you would want to have an appropriate background and surroundings when you are visible to everyone in your Google Meet. So please keep that in mind. At this, I will turn it over to Mr. Minami.
Hey there, Knights. Welcome to your 2020-2021 school year. Sorry that we can't do this in person, but we're here with online learning for now. So, online learning, even though some things are different, many things, they're staying the same. Once again, we still have a dress code. Although we're not on campus and you're not walking through the gates here, there still is an expectation here. So the dress code. Students may not wear clothing, accessories, or display items with offensive images or language, including profanity and hate speech. Students may not wear clothing, accessories, or display items that reasonably can be construed as being racist, lewd, vulgar, or obscene, or that would reasonably be interpreted as containing fight words, defamatory speech, or threats. Clothing that is excessively revealing is still not allowed. Shirts, tops, blouses that meet the above guidelines must be worn at all times. Students may not wear clothing, accessories, or display items that denote, suggest, display, or reference weapons, violence, alcohol, drugs, tobacco, or reference related paraphernalia. Students, there's also this dress code. I have to move this again. Sorry. Students, this applies not only to how you present yourself in camera, but this is also for your profile picture and images associated with online learning, including your Google Classroom, your Google Meet, and your Google profile. So please go through, check those, and make sure those are all school appropriate. Another thing that remains the same is reporting bullying. Doesn't matter if we're on campus or in the online learning, we're here to support you. If you go to the Dartmouth homepage and scroll down, you'll find a link to Spraygale. This is an ability that you have to report anonymously bullying. When you do fill this out, go down to the describe what has happened, give as much information as you can, and let us know if there are any witnesses as well. It is important that when you fill this section out, that you give us enough information that we can actually do a thorough investigation. Since this is anonymous, I can't get a report like someone was being mean to me, someone said this to me. If I have no idea who that other person was or where to go for it, I can't really investigate that. And I won't know it came from you, so I can't even track back a source to get any follow-up information. So please make sure you do include the pertinent information for us. Serious offenses. These may still lead to suspensions, arrests, and/or mandatory expulsion. It doesn't matter if you're here on site or in your virtual online classroom. If you still show any of these or talk about these different things, the consequences still remain in effect. So a possession of an explosive, brandishing or possession of a knife, assault and battery, causing serious physical injury, possession or sale of drugs or other controlled substances, no laser pointers, lighters, matches, firecrackers, smoke bombs, stink bombs, any of those. Even if they're just toys in your background, stuff like that, you still need to be responsible and you will be held accountable for those as well. And as like any other year, if you need support, you have a whole team of people here for you. You have your teachers and supervisors. You have your friends, you have your counselors, you have everyone in the office. You've met the three of us that make up the admin team. We're here for you. You also have your parents and yourself. Advocate for yourself. If you need something, reach out. We're here to support you. Connect with us. We're going to be sharing a lot of information this year, more than we've done in other years. So please connect with us on the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And as we begin our 2020-21 school year, remember, as Knights, we awaken the greatness within.